Hi, everyone. Welcome to this short class I'm calling Experiencing Gratitude. My name is Rachel Rose. I am an expressive arts educator. I am the author of this book, Creating Stillness, Navigating Mindful Art Practices and Stories for Navigating Anxiety, Stress, and Fear. And I'm also the host of the online education portal Workshop Muse, where I teach people how to use mindfulness and practice it through the arts, while also using the arts for reflection and insight. So for this class, all you will need is your favorite color medium. I'm going to be working with my watercolor palette today, some kind of paper, and of course the intention to be present and observe and experience gratitude. So this class was born out of a blog post that I wrote that you're welcome to find on the Workshop Muse portal. And it came from an experience that I had in the recent weeks around having practiced gratitude in a new way. So many of you are familiar with gratitude, and many of you have felt the benefits of it, myself included. I find myself laying awake at night feeling anxious or something like that. I often turn my attention towards gratitude, where I can really focus on what's working in my life, what is there, what is present. And I find it can be a really helpful wedge, if you will, into kind of some of that negative thinking and that rumination that can happen. But what I've also found is that it can stay as a mental activity for me. It can stay as something where I like to think about the things that I'm feeling gratitude about, but I don't really ever give myself the opportunity to really kind of bask in the warmth of that experience. And so when I notice that I'm experiencing something, some sort of well-being in my life, when I'm really in the sensations and in the moment, being with what is working and well in my life, and I pair that with gratitude, there's a stronger connection that's made. I like to think about gratitude as sitting outside of an abundant garden, looking in, seeing all of the beautiful creatures, plants, those sorts of things, and just kind of, oh, amazing. What a beautiful view to have. And experiencing gratitude is going into that garden, touching the plants, the soil, the dirt, smelling what's growing there, being with the moisture of the soil, being with the warmth of the sun. They both are very powerful experiences, having the view of the garden and going into the garden. And I do think that they are meant to be experienced hand in hand. So the creative exercise I've walked you through here today, we're going to be making, I'll just show you here in a sample that I've done, a really simple, beautiful kind of creative mandala, but each one of these little marks in the mandala is going to be something that we have gratitude for. But instead of just mentally noting the gratitude that we're feeling for each piece, we're going to take a pause and with intention, really see if we can experience, really dip into the sensation of what it feels like to have that. So I'm going to walk you through the process, gather your supplies, and I will support you to be able to offer yourself some pauses, some intentional pauses throughout this process to experience the gratitude that you likely have already been doing. So let's start by taking a few intentional breaths. You might just want to place your hand on your paper wherever you're working. If it feels safe, you might want to just close your eyes. Take a few deep inhales and exhales, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. You might want to just feel that subtle shift, that internal energy of where your focus is going and where your intention is. And as you're with your breath and noticing this shift, I want to invite you just to set a gentle intention for yourself here today, to perhaps experience gratitude, to allow gratitude to be something that is felt in the body, in the heart, and not just the mind. In your own way, I encourage you just to set that intention, perhaps saying it out loud or saying it in your heart. And where we're going to begin today is with our breath. So I want to invite you to choose a color in whatever medium you're using. Again, you're welcome to use any medium that you want that really represents that breath that you just experienced. And just start by making a mark in the center of your paper and thinking to yourself, this is my breath. And breathing as you're creating this circle with intention. And I want you just to pause right there. And in your mind, I want you to say, I have gratitude for my breath. I can feel it. It's there nourishing me, supporting me. With gratitude for my breath in this moment. And then I want to invite you to experience your breath. Experience that sustaining breath that's there for you. Feeling this exchange of air, this breath that's always with you. Even when things are hard, your breath is always there as an anchor. You might want to say to yourself, I give gratitude for my breath. And I'm experiencing the sustenance and life my breath gives me. And now I want to invite you to start imagining that breath moving into other parts of your body. All the oxygen that it carries throughout your limbs, to your heart, to your organs in your chest, your stomach, your kidney, your liver, your brain, all of these different systems in your body that are working. And I want to invite you to choose a different color that represents this body system that's working right now as you're creating this network of support and care that's already working even without you having to do anything. And when you feel ready, I want you to invite you just to make a few marks on your page, perhaps giving gratitude for your brain. You can make whatever marks you want. I'm going to make some petals here. Thank you for my brain that's working right now. Thank you for my lungs. For bringing this oxygen into my body. Thank you to my stomach, my whole digestive system for carrying energy and nutrients to me. Thank you to my kidney and my liver for helping me filter through my blood and the toxins. My body might not be working perfectly, but right now it's sustaining. It's enough for me to be here, and for that I'm thankful. And so for a moment, I want to invite you just to experience that system of your body that is keeping you alive and working together in concert. Just take a few breaths. Just be with your body and feel the life. Feel those systems at work silently, always in the background, sustaining you and bringing you life. And of course, your body is a type of home for your spirit, for whatever you consider to be really you. But also, you are in a space, in a place right now. And so let's just choose a color and offer some gratitude for our home, for our environment, for the space that we are currently in. And after you've chosen a color, I want you just to make a few marks that represent your home. So perhaps the space where you're sitting right now, the chair or the table that you're at, perhaps the warmth or the cool air that's around you right now. The light, perhaps the bigger home that you're resting within, even if it's temporary, that in this moment it's here for you. Perhaps just the peace or the comfort that you find in this moment, even if it's fleeting, that your home is offering you. Gratitude for the sense of safety and the belonging that you feel, however fleeting in this moment, if you can find it. And perhaps just anywhere you feel that you belong. And so now let's take a moment to experience that abundance. Take a few breaths. Again, if it feels right, close your eyes and just experience home, the environment, the place where you are. Perhaps it's the chair where you're sitting, the temperature of the air around you, the light, the quiet, the sense of belonging or safety. Feel that. In this moment, your home, your environment is there providing for you, holding you up, keeping you safe in a way, if only just for a few moments. And see if you can really tune into and be with that felt sense of home. It might be that there's an anchor of a feeling or a sensation, again, even if it's just the chair you're sitting on or the temperature or a real roof over your head, whatever it might be. Just see if you can anchor into one of those things and be with it. So let's carry on. Let's give some gratitude and some love for the people that love us and those that we love, the beloveds in our world, whomever they may be. Choose a color. And just start to recall and to think about some of those people who you love. Perhaps you might want to just go around and make a few marks for those people. Whom do you love? Or who is loving you right now in this moment? So just take note of those people in your lives that you care for, that love you. Maybe just go through one by one, whomever those might be, and offer them a mark on your page. And as you make the mark, just say, I give thanks for this person. I'm feeling gratitude and love for this beloved person. Again, you're welcome to make your own marks in your own way, or revisit this in ways that are not exactly the same. The purpose is to bring our intention and our attention to these things that we love and care for. And so let's pause to experience. Mark by mark, I want you to go through and I want you to imagine your love extending to this person wherever they might be in the world right now. And I want to see if you can feel it coming back to you so that there's an exchange, a reciprocity of care and love that's happening. I send this person love, and I feel their love coming back to me. You might want to imagine them wherever you think they might be right now, receiving that love and that care. There's something they're struggling with or something that's hard for them, you might want to imagine sending a special type of care to that struggle that they're experiencing. Just really feeling that love come out of you. And then, of course, the receiving. This invisible force is carrying back and forth between time and space. And so when you're ready, I want to invite you to now think about some of the other resources that you have in your life. These could be things as simple as like there's food in your fridge, or that the heat is on today, or the lights are on today, or the internet that's bringing you kind of us together in this space, or your art supplies. But it also might be things like that you have a job, or that there's maybe some money in the bank account right now, or that there's an opportunity, or that you have a skill set that is there for you, that you have some resilience, or that you're working on finding your way, or that you're open to new experiences, whatever the resource might be. And so again, we'll just do as we've been doing before. We're going to find ourselves a color, perhaps a color that feels connected to that, but maybe not. Whatever you've got will work, of course. And one by one, you're just going to make a mark and think about the resources. Offer gratitude for that resource. Again, it might be your food in the fridge. You might want to just say, I give gratitude that there's food in my home. I have gratitude that the lights are on today. You can go back through. It can be things that you've missed from before. And just taking note one by one. And give thanks for my art supplies. Thankful for your time. Thankful for this space. Just attuning to any small amount of abundance that you're feeling, any resource or support that you're feeling anywhere in your life. And now we want to pause and just see if we can experience that in whatever way. It might be that you choose one of those things to really like spend a few moments here just experiencing, like, wow, I have food in my fridge. Or it might be that you want to just be like, wow, look, I made this thing, right? I'm like in an art process and I haven't done that in a while or whatever. But just choose maybe one thing and just really experience. See if you can be with the experience of, yes, this is existing in my world. Imagine it, bring it to life in whatever way feels right. You might want to allow any emotion that comes up just to be there. Whatever you can experience in this moment about that. Yes, I'm thankful for it. And I know that, but also I can feel it. I can experience it. It is within me. It is a resource. It is a support that is here right now in this moment. Now I want to invite you just to add anything that you feel like you're missing. Might just be that you have a few more mental pieces of gratitude that you want to offer that haven't been covered, or it might just be that you want to experience in the moment the beauty of making marks. And the invitation here as a close to this is just to add whatever feels right. This is a chance for you to go back through and perhaps do some embellishments or some other tiny marks in places and just kind of really experience that. So for me, what I'm going to do in the moment is I'm just going to experience the joy of making art. Just going to experience that. So I am thankful to be here making art with you. But what I'm going to do in the next few moments is just experience making art and making marks. So for you, you can choose to close this however you want. Again, just making sure that we're holding space for not only the thought of what it is that you are feeling gratitude for, but also holding some space for you to experience that in whatever way you can. And some things will be easier to experience in the moment than others. And perhaps as you think about the food in your fridge, when you leave here later, you will go downstairs and really be with that food that's in your fridge or that cup of tea in your hand or whatever it might be. What a gift just to even experience making art. What a gift to even just experience making art. I hope that you can bring this process to a close for you in whatever way feels right. I hope that this marks, these lines that you've made, mine here are just still drying. Again, this is an activity that can be replicated, a chance for you to intentionally practice gratitude, but also experiencing it, holding a pause and a space for you to be able to experience that gratitude as well. Thanks so much. If you're interested in this, I do have more written thoughts about it on my blog as well. And I look forward to making art with you down the line. And I have so much gratitude for you for allowing me to guide you through this process. I hope it had value for you.